Here goes nothing. Hello. This is going to be my first video. And the theme with this channel, I would like to show my love for anime. Little cray cray, right? No. If you don't like anime, bye-bye. Because it's too lit. Alright, that's what I need you guys to understand. So, my favorite anime of all time is Bleach. Best anime I've ever watched. And I gotta get into the reason how I got into Bleach and why I enjoy Bleach so much. So, this is 2020-ish, 2021. We're basically in COVID here. Story of everyone's life when it comes to watching anime. But I got a little bit of a different one. My second favorite anime of all time is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, for a long time, that was my number one. So, context. One of my best friends ever, his name is Jared. Shout out to Jared. You the GOAT. Always be the GOAT. I became friends with him due to a schedule change in junior year of high school. I had taken a U.S. history class, but I lived in Hawaii. I had already taken U.S. history a number of times. And due to that schedule change, my aquatic science class got swapped to 8th period. And I did not have the same teacher because that teacher did not have an aquatic science class, 8th period. So I got swapped to Miss Delinsky's class with my boy Jared. And at this time, I didn't really know Jared was into the whole anime-ish. But, throughout the year, me and Jared became closer, played a lot of basketball together. I never went to Jared's house. He is my best friend of all time. I've never been to his house. But he went to mine. And that's where this begins. So, 2020, roughly a little bit before COVID or during it, I used to go to the gym with Jared early in the morning. Auntie was, being auntie, and I used to have to pick up Jared at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And because of that, we just started working out like normal teenagers do, trying to get swole. And come on, don't play real quick. Okay, terrible lighting. Anyhow, later on in this fiasco, my brother Keegan joins us in the gym. However, Keegan was using my father's gym membership, and the lady did not like that. So, we stopped going to the gym. Because if there was no Keegan, there was no way that we were going to watch anime or go to the gym. So, me wanting to hang out with Jared, I tell Jared, okay, I need to cut you a deal. You watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and I will watch Bleach. But you gotta go first. Jared is an episode grinder. He will melt episodes like there's no tomorrow. So I told Jared to watch it. Jared had already watched season 1 and 2, part 1, part 2, a few years prior to that. But he had not watched 3, 4, 5, because at the time 6 wasn't out. And I told him, you watch that, and I will watch Bleach. So Jared, in the span of probably a month, maybe a month or two, he finished all of JoJo. So, I started Bleach. Guys, when I lived in Hawaii, I had a friend named Tyler, and he watched many anime. And I always trusted his palate because he watched a lot of them. He knew the good shit. He got me on Dead Man Wonderland. That was a great anime. But he said, man, don't watch any of the big three. They're just dookie. And I was like, alright, yeah, alright. Shouldn't have done that. The second I watched that first episode, I was in love. But Jared, he watched all of Bleach. Or he watched all of JoJo. So I was like, alright, if he watched every episode of JoJo, I gotta watch every episode of Bleach. So that's what I did. And I've cracked through the first, from the start, the Substitute Shinigami arc, to Soul Society. And once I was done with Soul Society, I got to Bount. That's the problem. Bount is not terrible. It really isn't. It's not that bad. However, I did go through a little drought, but I was working at KFC at the time, and in my KFC days, I when I was into anime, I would do the dishwashing, because I used to prop my phone up on a little mashed potato container so it wouldn't get affected by the water, or it wouldn't fall in the water. And one day I was like, alright, I was stuck on episode 77, I remember specifically. And I just went through it, and shortly after that, I was done with Bount. The ending of Bount was terrible, though. Like, that was like the worst way Kadia Jin could have went, bro. Like, seriously, you just kind of disappeared. Whatever. So, I got into Bleach, and it was just amazing. After I got done with Bount, obviously the Arankar arc, amazing. And then everything that follows it is literally just perfect. I love it to death. And I'll tell you specifically when Bleach became my favorite. I remember I was in Las Vegas for my brother's 21st birthday. And at this time I was at Fake Karakura. The moment that Yamamoto started going ham against Wanda Weiss Margera, that's when I knew. Like, when he hit that dude with the, I knew it was over. I knew that moment. And then the Itokaso left arm gone. That was it. That's all it took for me. I do love JoJo to this day, but Bleach is literally just perfect for that very reason. And I have Jared to thank. I have Jared to thank for that. Me and Jared have watched a plethora of anime together. But Jared, every single episode or every single fight, he was over at my house. Soul Society, Ichigo versus Kenpachi, he was there. Ichigo versus Byakuya, he wasn't there in person, but we had a legendary FaceTime call and I watched that with him. Ichigo versus Ukiura, Ichigo versus Aizen, Ichigo versus Ginjo. Don't sleep on Ginjo. I love the Full Ring arc. That is literally one of my favorite arcs of all time. And it's thanks to Jared. And with my love for Bleach, guys, I'm so in love with Bleach, I have a Bleach tattoo. Squad number 8 logo. Shout out Shunsui. Shout out Lisa. Shout out, I was going to say Rukia, not Rukia. Shout out Squad 8. Is goated. Love them. And that right there, kanji for number 8, right? But in Soul Society, that means everything is obtained, guys. So that right there, I have to earn my stripes in life. And that's what I'm taking. That's what you take from Bleach. At the end of the day, it's amazing. And if you haven't watched it, I hope for some reason, somehow, your friend gets you into it, or this video gets you into it, something along those lines. But I have Jared to thank for the best binge of my entire life. That's really all I have to say for my introduction to this channel. But if any people see this, or any people have anything they want to say, or any animes that they want me to talk about that I have, then I guess leave it down below. Bye.